You lead a ministry, Love and Life. Tell us a little bit about Love and Life.
Yeah, so really like birthed out of the heart of what God had done in my heart. John 10:10, Jesus says, "The thief seeks to steal, kill, and destroy." And I felt like that was so much of my life before I met Jesus. Life filled
Mm.
of drugs and drunkenness and just wild parties and just living for myself and all the brokenness that came with that and destruction in my own life and my family's life, friends' lives. But then Jesus doesn't stop there. He says, "But I have come that you might have life and life to the fullest." And so love and life came out of that. Like I'm loving life because Jesus is in my life.
Mm.
And yeah, so it's our nonprofit that we really is a funnel for us to continue to do ministry, traveling and preaching. We started like an apparel line to help fuel the ministry because I didn't come from, a family of Christians or a background of Christians that I could write, support letters to. I mean, I guess I could have wrote like my old drug dealing friends, but yeah, and they might have. Maybe that's a good idea, actually. Note that for later. But we were like, hey, if Paul made tents to help support his ministry, what about us making teas? And so it's been cool that how that has developed because it's really turned into an opportunity for student. We look
Mm.
at every item an article of clothing as an opportunity for a student to share the gospel with their friends, to tell the friends about why they love Jesus,
Mm.
and then we have hopes of starting mission trips where it takes a lot of the Dare to Share content. Actually, not as creative to come up with something new, and you're like, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So use a lot of the Dare to Share content to bring students on mission trips. So we call them like our Love and Life Surf, Serve, and Share weeks that we've been
Mm.
developing, piloting some of those actually this summer, and then 1 year hopefully to do like a gap summer to bring students out for 7-8 weeks and immerse them in discipleship and evangelism and see what it looks like to live wholeheartedly for Jesus in the midst of kind of a post-Christian culture. So yeah, that's kind of what we do.
I love that. And it's, it all comes from John 10:10. I've come that you may have life and have it to the full.
Yeah.
And that mentality, I know you talk about maybe how I impacted you early on. Well, you impacted me and impacted Dare to Share. If you remember the original gospel acrostic that we had, but when you came on originally, the L was life that's eternal, can never be lost.
Yeah.
And it was about, eternal security. It was a theological statement, right? And you're like, bro, what about life now? It's not just later. And so we changed that L in the gospel acrostic. Life with Jesus starts now and lasts forever. And I think there's been that, like,
Mm,
not a tension, but a holy balance between you and me to really help communicate eternal life as a quality and quantity.
mm,
Yeah, it does last forever. Yeah, you will be in heaven, but also at the same time, it's a relationship with God. So
yeah.
that, practically, but in many ways, you've really helped impact Dare to Share. And that whole love and life mentality is part of who we are, just like Dare to Share is part of what love and life is and who you are. So
Yep.
it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been fun.